Okay, let's talk about the merger potentially that could happen between Pesa, Mashinani and Okoa, Kenya. So the former Prime Minister Court has been saying this is a way to go, that on quite a number of areas you are reading from the same script, but not on all. Is it something you think should happen, Hassan Omar?
You know, I'm one of the members who's in the steering the Okoa campaign. There is James Urengo, Mudama, TJ Kadzwang, a few of the friends, colleagues. So what our desire is to build a broad-based movement. What better broad-based movement than to include an entire one of the broadest galaxy of political also leaders. We are telling the governors we want to increase allocation to counties. It's not, I remember Isaac Ruto was telling us he has not seen people who are not cases like senators. I said, why? He says, we are saying that we want to make Senate the upper house, we want to support the Senate, and some of your leaders, Kindiki and the rest, are running up and down saying we don't want the referendum. So I think what we are saying is that we are telling the governors your issues are captured. We have agreed to make Senate a fully fledged legislative house in the Okoa Kenya campaign. We have given it more thorax in terms of oversight of governors, and governors have to buy into that if they need more money. They will have to attend to all.
So on money, you're reading from the same script. However, on issues like electoral reforms and what you want to do with the IEC, they're not in agreement. So how do you sort out what you're not agreeing on?
And inclusivity, they want it more defined.
Yeah.
Because they believe that there's the article, I think 197 of the Constitution, takes care of inclusivity in county governments. It's just that there's lack of a legislative mandate, a legislative framework. They say that the 197, I think, talks about inclusivity with respect to the diversities of the county and minorities.
Okay.
So, so the electoral reforms is a contentious issue, and IBC is a contentious issue. But the issue of the other issues are not including devolution of security. We have an element. We're not devolving security, but we're creating what is called the county Security Advisory Council.
All right, let me bring this to you, Weda.
Yes.
If these two merge, do you think they would gain more ground?
Yeah, I think so. Some of the proposals made by Okoa Kenya are very novel, very good. In fact, you look at them and say, wow, we should have done these things yesterday. They're good. We need more money into the counties. In fact, the only thing they're not telling us, where is that money from? That is why some of us are saying, wait, so that the economy grows, so that the cake is bigger. But then there's more money, give us, give us. It is like either the president or the deputy have some store for money that they are keeping under lock and key and not releasing to the counties. Yet they know that we collect as a country about 1.3 trillion shillings. That money has to be divided among the services that we're supposed to render to the country. So when you divide it, they see actually nothing remains. But they are saying, let's close our eyes so that we do 1, 2, 3. They also do not want to recognize, and I tell Kenyans, and I will face them straight in the face, we implement this, we have to be ready to pay higher and higher taxes. And with the economics background, Mr. Senator, what it means is that the higher the taxes, then the rate of inflation will go up, and then things will go haywire, and the money again will not be good enough.
So
because it will be too much money chasing after a few goods. So as you people politicize economic issues, please understand that it has a counter effect. Let us implement the Constitution for another 10 years, look at where we can go, grow the economy and move forward.
So for you, your position is at this time, of course, finances and more money to the county is not the only issue on these proposals, but you maintain this is not the time for a referendum.
Yes, it's too
early. That there are other avenues.
Too early it is too early to start mutilating the Constitution.
Mutilating, and yet you said there are some of the proposals that are good. So it's not mutilation, it's just getting it better. You see,
mutilating because the Constitution is yet to settle. We are even yet to settle the 1/3 rule. You get it? We still don't know. The Parliament doesn't know. Senate doesn't know. The entire Parliament doesn't know. Then we are not looking at all this vis-a-vis the economy, the taxes.
Yes.
So it is too early.
Sophia,
good, but too early.
We are not saying any money. We are just saying the 1.2 trillion must be shared in that proportion we're talking about. And you see, I keep telling him every day, we keep making the same argument here.
Yeah,
we need to make we need to make counties viable economically, so that then you can expand the tax base. This 1.2 trillion that is there today will expand to 2 trillion if every county, Mandera County, Wajir County, Turkana County, Isiolo County, Marsabit County, also have a tax revenue base, because you are going to invest. When you invest in these counties and make them viable economically, it's the same idea. At one point, the Standard newspaper, print, had to squeeze itself to invest in KTN. KTN then became literally viable. So because now it attracts its own, then what happens? Then these two supported the establishment of, let's say, Radio Maisha. Then you see, so then these units become viable, and they all then contribute. So what we are saying, these counties right now are only paying salaries. Majority of counties, they are not being able to meet those essential service kind of requirements. Look, some counties today, I saw governors like the Wajir governor, I saw the Mandera governor, launch their first tarmac road ever in their counties. They have been able to expand, accessibility to water. So when you do this, people now get the incentive to move into these areas, and people start to invest. You don't attract investment by simply paying salaries of county government staff.